multi-billion-pound package of tax cuts. Experts say that the implication is that government borrowing will be allowed to rise further over the next few years. Labour said that was a kamikaze approach, which would not restore confidence in the financial markets. One group of independent experts at the Institute of Fiscal Studies warned that, alternatively, spending cuts of more than £60 billion would be needed to bring public finances under control. Well, at her first Prime Minister's question since that highly controversial mini-budget, Liz Truss told MPs that her strategy of cutting tax would not be changing. Our political editor, Chris Mason, has this report.
Shalom, man. There are
plenty of questions for Liz Truss at the moment, but that one gets to the crux of things. Spiralling prices, interest rates climbing, the markets wobbling, and her backbenchers too. Quite the backdrop for her second outing at Prime Minister's Question Time. Given the government's central challenge right now is proving the numbers add up, it was this exchange today that stood out.
During her leadership statement, the Prime Minister said, and I quote her exactly, "I'm very clear. I'm not planning public spending reductions." Is she going to stick to that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are
She's a witch. Come on, man. Look at her, bro.
public spending. We were spending 700 billion.
They're all following lines anyway. Scriptures will come to mind, what Ecclesiastes 12:3.
The debt is falling, but we will do that not by cutting public spending.
We're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
We spend public money well.
Satan big and Satan out can understand. All of these precepts will be coming to mind.
Those tax cuts announced a few weeks ago, or have to announce massive spending cuts to be seen to be credible. The government says it's not going to do either and isn't explaining how that is possible. One way may be that they include the big extra help being offered for energy bills as part of government spending and still make cuts elsewhere.
We have taken decisive action to make sure that people are not facing energy bills of £6,000 for 2 years.
Labour wanted to return to Liz Truss's tax cuts.
Who voted for this? Not even most of the MPs behind her who know you can't pay for tax cuts on the never never. Does she think the public will ever forgive the Conservative Party if they keep on defending this madness?
And this senior Conservative backbencher who backed Rishi Sunak for Prime Minister is sceptical too.
There are many, myself included, who believe that it is quite possible that he will simply have to come forward with a further rowing back on the tax announcements.
And remember, the reason the government says it's doing all of this is to turbocharge the economy. But one economic group told MPs that's not going to happen anytime soon.
But we're not going to hit medium-term 2.5% growth in this economy at the moment. This is something that's going to be nurtured, as I said to this committee a number of times, over decades.
Tonight, Liz Truss saw the King for the Prime
Look at this
Minister's
part.
usual weekly chat or audience. Take a listen to their pleasantries.
Lovely to see you again. It's a great pleasure.
Dear, oh dear, says the King. To what could he possibly have been referring? I'm told that perhaps it's something of a verbal tick of his to try and move the conversation on. We'll never know, of course, because the camera stopped a few seconds later and that most discreet of conversations began. What was rather less discreet, a conversation between the Prime Minister and her backbenchers a little earlier on, where amongst the grumbles, some concerned that her outlook favours the rich over the poor, others saying her outlook has spooked the market. Where the government finds itself tonight is down something of a cul-de-sac inadvertently, which it doesn't want to reverse out of. Now, of course, it hopes that in the end, it turns out not to be a cul-de-sac, that there are
whatever, man. Basically, the economy's fucked, man. You know, the King addresses the Prime Minister with dear old dear. He's known for being like his dad, Philip, who was very cheeky and outspoken, even speaking on political matters when technically they shouldn't, as a so-called monarchy, man. But yeah, man, you watch all of that. As I quoted them scriptures, these things should be coming to mind, man. You know, America's the 8th, came out the 7th, you know, Britain Prague, man. You got London, you know. Yeah, man. You know, hey, a lot of these prophecies, you know, they're gonna hit England first before they hit anywhere else. You know, this place is a major key player in end time prophecy, man. Anyways, with that, I'm out, man. Shalom.